Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ankita. If it's the first time that you're watching me, please do take a moment to check out other videos on my channel. You'll find mostly fashion and makeup related videos, and if you like my content, please do subscribe to my channel. So in this video I want to talk about the different sarees of Bengal that one must have this festive season. If you want to buy a new saree, please invest in one of these traditional beauties from Bengal. These will not only add up to your saree collection, if you invest in good quality pieces, it will last you a long time. So it's worth having a Bengal handloom saree in your closet because it never wears out in style and you can even pass it down to the next generation. So I'll be talking about the different fabrics from Bengal and also the traditional works, embroideries and prints. I have also styled some of the pieces in this video so that you have an idea how you can mix and match different pieces to create new looks this festive season. So the first saree that I want to show is a very common and most traditional Taat saree from Bengal. The word Taat essentially means handloom. Using the finest cotton threads, Taat sarees are woven in a loom to produce soft, airy, translucent fabrics. They feature a range of traditional motifs and designs that are inspired from the Mughal era. The borders and the pallu are the special features of such sarees, which differentiates them from other cotton sarees. Their exquisiteness, comfort and elegance is what makes Taat sarees one of the most prominent hand-woven sarees in the country. Earlier, simple Taat sarees were typically worn by Bengali women as a daily wear saree, and more glam versions like the Taat Benaroshi were kept for formal occasions like weddings and festivals. Combining the richness of classic Benaroshi with the grace of the traditional Taat, the modern Taat Benaroshi has golden zari thread woven into a Benaroshi design, transforming the fabric into a luscious sari. This particular sari has a beautiful golden body with these motifs all over and a very glamorous red pallu.
Traditional gold jewelry looks best with such saris, so I'm wearing a chain along with bangles. Since the sari is so ornate, I have teamed it up with a plain red blouse with an interesting bow detail at the back.
You can find Taat sarees in different colors and designs. Like this one is a very basic Taat saree. It was originally plain with this border, but we got it printed, so now it has this block print all over, like you can see here. And this is the pallu of the sari. So you can experiment and change the look of your basic Taat sarees by maybe block printing on it or painting on it with acrylic colors. You can totally change the look of a simple basic Taat sarees like that. So do give it a try. Taat sarees are also available in different colors. Like this one I have. It's a beautiful purple color Taat saree with golden zari work all over. So this is the body. And this is the pallu. Moving on to saree number 2. So I want to talk about the Mal cotton saree or Malmal saree as it is known here in Bengal. So the Mal saree is a soft and fine weave of cotton. The fabric is super soft, lightweight and very breathable. It is great for summer, especially the harsh summers of India, as it quickly absorbs moisture and keeps the person at ease. It is easy to wash and easy to wear, and it also gets softer with each wash. I have a few different Mal cotton sarees like this one. It's in a very beautiful rust orange color and it's plain.
I have teamed it up with a mustard color ikat blouse. This blouse has a deep back with a tie-up detail. You can check out my video on how to mix and match blouses with different sarees. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box. The saree also has
these tassels on the pallu. This is how a typical Mal cotton saree looks like. I also have a few different ones
like the plain maroon one and this grey one with yellow and pink borders and a multicolor pallu. I have teamed it up with a floral printed blouse with potli buttons at the back.
I also have this special one. So this one has katha embroidered patches appliqued onto a plain Mal cotton saree with the tassels on the pallu. So this is how the saree looks like. This is the pallu part. I will definitely style this in a future video and show you how this one looks. Next on my list of must-have sarees is a Dhakai Jamdani saree. So So these sarees were initially made in Dhaka, which was a part of Bengal before the partition, hence the name Dhakai. However, they are quite famous in the state of West Bengal even today. So Jamdani refers to a typical weaving pattern that you can see in these sarees. These sarees are usually feather-light and sheer with fine motifs woven all over the body, giving it quite a luxurious and grand finish. These sarees are not plain and have some ornamental motifs woven on itself. These motifs are usually woven with the help of zari or some thicker threads. Most Dhakai sarees have floral motifs in itself. Also paisley, lotus, bird, fish and diamond shapes are very common. So these sarees are quite common for wedding functions, festivals or small get-togethers. Dhakai Jamdani is a favorite among Bengalis because of its beautiful tapestry work. In the new age Dhakai sarees, the weaves and techniques are very traditional, yet the designs are very contemporary. Dhakai sarees are also available in a variety of different colors and patterns. They can be unicolored like this one. They can also be half and half, and also multicolor varieties are available. So I have a few different Dhakai sarees to show you, like this red one. It is very soft and has this small golden motifs all over. And this is how the pallu looks like. It's a beautiful sari for less formal occasions. Next I have a more elaborate version of it. So I draped this sari in a traditional Bengali style
In a previous video,
So if you haven't checked it out, please do. I'll link that video above. So this one has golden zari work all over. This I think is called Korat Kaj. The pallu is also very fancy. So this is how it looks. I also wanted to show this black one that I styled I think last year in a video. And this one has an off-white base with red motifs all over. And this is the pallu. It has floral motifs. I also wanted to mention Kesh sarees.
these are made using cotton yarn and a special weaving technique that originated in Birbhum, West Bengal. What makes Kesh sarees unique is that the fabric is skillfully made from recycled cotton. The weaving is done in such a way that new yarn is mixed with strips of thin cloth obtained by tearing old sarees. The unique style of combining the old with new is praiseworthy. Here I am wearing a Kesh saree with batik print, and I have accessorized it with loads of silver jewelry.
So silk sarees are not only famous in the southern part of the country, West Bengal also has a
Huge variety
of lovely silk sarees. Famous for its tradition of manufacturing silk, the Murshidabad district of West Bengal produces some of the best quality of silk sarees in the region. So they are known as Murshidabad silk. The Murshidabad silk is considered to be one of the purer forms of silk because it is all natural. These lightweight silk sarees are very popular for their easy draping. They can be used in both formal and casual events. These sarees are usually available in beautiful printed designs, hand batik designs like this one, or even embroidered with kantha stitch.
like this one.
So this one is a Murshidabad silk saree with hand batik print. This is the border and the saree is plain, and this is the beautiful pallu. I have another one with kantha stitch all over. So this one is completely embroidered, and so this is the pallu of the saree, and it has a beautiful hand embroidered border, and the body is plain. This is how it looks. I have also styled this in the video.
With a simple black blouse and Afghan statement necklace.
Next I want to talk about Bishnupuri silk sarees. So Bishnupur is a town in the Bankura district of West Bengal, known for its rich silk sarees that have a soft, smooth texture and drape beautifully. These sarees have a glossy, satin-like finish. These lightweight silk sarees are easy to carry and comes in a variety of different colors and prints and designs, with traditional ones as well as quirky designs and motifs. Bishnupuri silk sarees are made of the finest silk, suitable for all occasions. These sarees are renowned for their superior quality, elegant look, attractive pattern, perfect finish, smooth texture and durability.
They can be embroidered like the one that I'm wearing here, or printed like this one.
So this is a steel grey color printed Bishnupuri silk saree. The body has these small booties and this is the pallu. This is how the sari looks. Very easy to drape and the quality is very soft, almost like satin. Bishnupuri silk sarees can also be embroidered like this one. So this one has kantha embroidery all over the sari. It is also printed in parts. So this is the body of the sari with these small booties and it has kantha embroidery, and this is the pallu. I have styled the sari in the video
with a matte golden blouse, a statement necklace and a ring.
Next we have matka silk sarees. So matka silk is a rough handloom silk fabric made from mulberry silk, wherein short silk fibers that are still coated with the gum are spun by hand. It is largely obtained from the states of Karnataka and Kashmir, but its spinning is done in the Malda and Murshidabad districts of West Bengal. Like the name suggests, matka silk is made by winding silk threads around a pot. These sarees have a slightly rough texture. Matka silk sarees are simple yet elegant looking. Like this printed matka silk sari, the body is plain like this and the pallu has kalamkari printing on it. The sari has a coarse texture.
I have paired it with a printed green blouse, a simple silver necklace and a silver kara bangle.
Next we have Tassar silk, also known as Kosa silk, is unique in itself. The silkworms it's made from are grown on wild forest trees and not mulberry trees. The silk is naturally golden in color. It's a bit coarse but has a luxurious feel to it. Tassar is produced in several states of India but majorly in the Malda district of West Bengal. Kantha stitch work is most often seen on Tassar silk sarees, but it can be printed as well or have a mixture of different embroideries like this sari. So this one has both Kantha stitch as well as Gujarati stitch on it. I hope you can see. I also have this Tassar sari which I DIY'd myself. I had this Tassar fabric and I turned it into this beautiful designer sari with these very elaborate borders and velvet on the pallu. You can see this DIY video, I'll have it linked above. I also have this unusual printed Kosa silk sari. This one has been dyed into this beautiful purple color and has white print all over it. It also has lines of zari.
I have paired it with a floral printed blouse with spaghetti straps.
This is how the pallu looks like. The next sari that I want to talk about is a Gaurod silk sari. Gaurod means white in Bangla.
The material used for Gaurod saris is silk and the texture resembles tissue paper. Gaurod saris are weaved in the Murshidabad district of West Bengal and are characterized by a plain white color body, an unornamental red colored border and a striped pallu. The color of the fabric is retained and no artificial dye is used in the sari. Since it's undyed, it has sacred importance. Ladies, especially Bengali women, wear a Gaurod sari in some festive occasions or puja ceremonies. Gorgeous versions of the simple Gaurod saris are called Gaurod Korial saris. Traditional gold jewelry looks best with such saris.
The next sari that I want to show is a very traditional Baluchori sari. It's a silk sari. The origin of Baluchori saris hails from a village called Baluchor in Murshidabad, but presently Bishnupur and its surrounding places of West Bengal are the only places where authentic Baluchori saris are produced. Baluchoris are rich silk saris characterized by intricate weaving on the pallu and borders, depicting stories from epics, historical and religious texts. The grandeur of a Baluchori is further enhanced when the weaving is in golden color, giving it the name Swarnochori. The opulence of Baluchori saris makes it apt for wearing at festivals. The saris are known for their intricate pattern and handwork. They often tell tales of Ramayana and Mahabharata. So this is the sari that I have.
I have paired it with a pink and green contrasting blouse. For jewelry, I am wearing a layered long necklace along with a statement ring. I am also wearing a waist chain.
So these were the different fabrics that are famous in Bengal. Now let's move on to the stitches and embroideries and also prints. So the most famous embroidery that we have here in Bengal is the Kantha stitch. So Kantha is the embroidery style from the Bolpur, Shantiniketan regions of Bengal, which is widely used to pattern saris as well as other garments and accessories. The Kantha work, characterized by running stitch, is always done by hand. So this was a plain Bomkai shari and it has been embroidered with Kantha work. Like you can see, this is the pallu and this is the body of the sari. White and orange thread has been used to match the border on the sari. So you can give your traditional saris that are plain a makeover by getting them embroidered. So this is how the sari looks like. Lastly, I want to talk about a printing technique that is batik, very popular here in Bengal. So I have two batik saris to show.
The first one is this green and black sari with batik hand printing on it. Wax is used in this printing technique to make the patterns. I have teamed it up with a black blouse and silver jewelry. So I'm wearing this silver choker necklace and a ghungru and mirror ring.
And the next one is this Murshidabad silk sari
Really pretty.
with batik handprint on it.
This is how it looks. So these were all the saris that I wanted to show in this video.
So that is it for this video. I hope you found it useful. If you liked it, then please do share it with your friends and family. I'll have my social media details in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.